So when I started picking up basketball, then I realized, hey, you know what? This is actually not it's not something difficult. It's something I like. So, instead of, thinking of reason why not to go to the gym or run, I actually want to play basketball. I'm actually trying to find more time, joy. I have joy from it. The barrier is a lot lower. In fact, the more I play, the happier I look forward to playing more basketball.
I agree.
Which is what I'm doing now, right? So it makes it very easy for me. And I get to keep fit. I get to do what I like. So so that's what I do now.
I think everyone, hope you have a good day. Today we have Anson with us. So Anson is a school friend of mine since secondary school, and we reunited in Singapore. Last time we were in Penang, and today I would like to introduce you to Anson because I have benefited from his physiotherapy sessions and also tips that he have given me through the years about health and also my body. And today, it's my pleasure. Anson, can you introduce yourself and tell us what do you do?
Hi, I'm Anson, and I'm a physiotherapist. So I specialize in sports injury and musculoskeletal condition, right? So for sports injury, we have conservative management. So the common one would be like ankle sprain, or if you sprain your knee, tennis elbow, and then no procedures are needed, right? So that's one area that I focus on. The second part would be sports injury, but with procedures done. So that would be like your ACL repair, your meniscus repair, shoulder surgery. So that's one area. So mainly on people who are more active.
Okay.
My second area would be musculoskeletal condition, right? So it means anything where you have pain regarding muscles and joint. So this would be more of like general population. So conditions like, the very common one would be neck pain, back pain, and then followed by just shoulder and knee.
Okay.
So this is what my job involves.
Okay. So is there any target group or what kind of clientele that you see mostly in your work?
So right now, my location is based around Raffles Place. So naturally, the people that I see works in the office in the area.
Okay.
So the population will be from about 28 years old, 30 years old to like 40 plus 50 years old. Okay. So that will be the majority of them.
Yeah. What's their main concern? What's their main?
Well, the main concern with office people will always be neck and back, right?
Okay.
So like long hours of sitting, long hours working, very stressful environment. So chronic neck and back pain. So that's number one.
Okay.
Second one would be call them after work athletes. So people who try to be active. Like because in the city areas, there are a lot of I would say opportunity to exercise. A lot of spinning classes involved, yoga classes, Pilates classes. So my second one would be people who injure themselves while doing exercises, or maybe they run. So these are the second population.
I see.
And all in all, I get students, they know me through network or words of mouth. So like students and someone who are a bit more older with like arthritis problem.
Okay.
These are the population.
I see. Based on your first point, you mentioned that people who visit you due to chronic back pain and pains, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that they must go into an accident, right? It could just be simple pain due to wear and tear or lifestyle, right? Because to me, I only look for physio when I go into an accident, right? And I guess most people will just think about that. But what about preventive measures? So I think the next point is that, like when you share about chronic pain, is there any way to alleviate these issues? Like prevent it, there's a saying prevention better than cure. So any tips for us? Yeah.
Well, the thing with for people in the office, right?
Okay.
The thing with neck and back issue, right, is always very related to the number of hours you spend in the very specific position.
Okay.
Right? So a very common theme among the patients that I have is that, when they start work, they're on their desk for 4 hours, for the entire day, stressful environment. So it's not a very good combination. We can try to change ergonomics, which is a very big thing now. I can see a lot of companies, especially, if they really have a very good wellness program, right? They try to, have some budgets on like very good ergonomic desks, chairs and stuff. But actually, that's just one portion, because if you're still stuck on the chair for 8 hours, it doesn't really help much.
So you're saying ergonomic chair might not help if you are also in that same position.
Yeah, it's part of the equation, but it's not going to be, because it's not the ergonomic, right? It helps. It will let you sit longer, but that's not really what we want to achieve, right? Because sitting for a long time is not good for your health.
Okay.
Yeah. So one way is, of course, to have, frequent breaks in between work. But I also understand that, not everyone has that privilege. So then the second way is to have what do you call it, alternate between standing and sitting, right? So, first half of the day they work in sitting, second half they work in standing, right? But of course, not everyone has that privilege, because not every office allows, desks that can be
adjustable chairs,
adjustable chairs, adjustable table. Not everyone has that, right? Then comes the third step, which is try to get them be stronger. Okay, right? We as a human, right, we will have a lot less problems on our body if we are stronger, more. But that is also the difficult part, because to achieve that, you need to spend time exercising, working out, and most people doesn't have the habit of exercising. So that's the challenge, right? That's the challenge. That's why, healthcare and wellness is such a big industry.
Yeah. Okay. I think you summarized very well, but it seems like all three things, there's always a challenge, right? Taking breaks, as you mentioned, the first one, and sitting down, standing up, alternating, and the third is to be stronger. Actually, in my recent pursuit of health, I realized it is true, right? We really need to spend the extra time, right? I think taking breaks, drinking water, making a walk, maybe to the toilet or drinking water, right, is actually good for the long term, right? But it's a privilege, like you said, right? So it seems like only privileged people can be pain-free.
No, not really. So over the years, right, I try to find ways where I can help my clients without changing too much of their routine, helping them in a way where, it's easy for them to implement it, right? There's this perception where exercise has to be heavy, right? So when I tell my clients, one of the solutions for you, right, you have to do some exercise. And then in their mind, right, automatically it's registered as going to the gym, going for a run, spinning classes, going to do yoga, going to do this. Well, those are the good options, but again, you have to find time, and that can be very challenging. So what I do, right, is that I try to help them to find out, all right, so if you can't do a very general exercise, then let's be specific. Let's find out which muscles, which part of your body is actually the weakest link. And we can just address that, then it will help you overall. So I try to give them, they don't even have to lift weight sometimes, right? It's just very small movement to use the muscles which has been neglected, which has been, underactive. And it gives them very, very big difference. Right? It's like you will never imagine, by just doing this one small movement, it will actually help you feel 50% better.
Do you have any examples of your patients or clients that benefit from your long-term kind of coaching? Because I sense that what you share, right, is not just about alleviating pain on a short-term basis, but also about coaching my lifestyle, So like, can you share maybe examples of clients or patients that you have that has improved tremendously from your share sessions?
So a very common thing that I get in the clinic is that the patient will come in, they'll complain that, their necks and shoulder gets very achy and stiff and tight, right? And it's like, it's better in the morning, and then as they work longer throughout the day, it gets a bit more and more stiff, and by the end of the day, it's like very, very disturbing. And they can't focus and work. Normal thing, you have to ask it, massage it. So, and the first thing that they always do is they go for massages. Right? Go for massages, and so it helps them feel good, but it becomes a cycle, right? You have to keep going for massages and stuff. So in the clinic, right, then we'll try to figure out, like which muscle is not working, And most of the time, it is the muscles that you massage is not working well.
Oh.
So it's called the upper tract muscle, right? So like maybe you exercise, you will know, right? The upper tract muscle. Yeah. So it's a very commonly neglected muscle, but it's also a very important muscle. Even in the gym, right? People who lift weight, sometimes they don't really train it as well. So what I do is I get them to do some shrug.
How?
Shoulder shrug inside.
Oh, like that, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Shoulder shrug. And the key thing with exercise is that you need to hit a certain volume, right? If you're just going to do 10 times, 3 times a day, it's not going to be enough, right?
Okay.
You have to do 40 reps, 60 reps, right? And you have to do it like 2 or 3 times a day. That will help. And if you be patient and be consistent with it, so you can't expect like, oh, I'm going to get better in 1 week. No, right? If you do it consistently for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, you're going to start feeling the difference. You're going to start seeing the changes. And most of our patients have the same experience.
Okay, so I'm saying that shoulder tightness, just do like that 40 times.
Yeah, so the marks, we have to think about why is it feeling tight? Why is it feeling stiff, right? It's not because, because it's short. It's not very short. It's because it's weak. When your muscle is weak, they try to tense up. They get tense up. They try to like stiffen up so that, they don't have to work that hard. So massaging it helps, but for long term, if you exercise it, it becomes better.
So I'm saying like maybe lifting weights or maybe like doing shoulder.
Yeah, but usually I don't jump into that so fast because, a lot of my clients don't have that habit to begin with, right? Yeah. So I have to get their buy-in. So by just doing a simple shrug, they start feeling better, right? They can see the result in after 3 weeks or 4 weeks doing something simple. Yeah. Then I have their buy-in ready. So then I transition that, okay, now, you already have this, but to really, really get that 100%, right? You need to add weight because otherwise, right, you can't achieve the level of strength that's required. Yeah. But, now that they have belief in me, they know that this works, it's easier for them to, make time to commit to it.
Yeah. One thing I realized that as I grew up also right now in our mid-30s, right, is that many times when we are young, we don't take consideration of health and body strength, right? But when we grow older, we realize we need to spend some time, effort and put this in our schedule, right? Family time, work time, health time, just have to do it, right? So, I mean, that's what I have to put it in, right? It's like if we don't, then we likely neglect, and I mean, we will not be able to live long, healthily, right? And as I always believe that, what's the point of having money financially free, but, we have all these pains and, we don't even feel a quality life, right? So I can see your job not coaching, one thing I learned today, right, is that many times people thought that physio is just go there to fix pain. But it seems like there's a lot of mindset coaching also, huh? Yeah. It's not just your...
You'll be surprised. Actually, pain a lot of times is like losing weight. You can't just do one thing, right? You need to take care of diet, you need to exercise, you need to take care of other aspects. They are multifactorial. Yeah. And same with pain, right? And very often in the sessions, right, we always talk about the food. I'm not the expert, but the general advice, right? How they eat, what they eat, and then the stress, right? And then the physical activities, right? So a very common theme among my clients, or even back then when I first started in hospital, is that you always see Christmas and Chinese New Year period, people tend to get more pain.
Oh, why?
Their pain level usually increases.
Okay.
Because during that period, right, it's a festive season, right? You drink more alcohol, your food tend to be heavier, right? Okay. You're not thinking about, have to eat healthy, right? It's like, once in a year, let's celebrate. And it's not just Christmas. After Christmas, then New Year, after New Year, sometimes very close to Chinese.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's not just that, not because, you exercise more, that's why it's more pain. No. What you eat, your lifestyle, it actually affects it. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I have a question, right? Like, moving to the next question I have, is like, is it really important to have muscles in our body to strengthen muscles in our body as we grow older? Does it enjoy it? So I think a lot of people don't see that, right? For example, one thing I realized that last time when I do workout and I was very heavy, is that I don't have so much muscle mass, right? And my knees get very easily pain. But now with more muscle, I train my legs, right? Actually, my the time I told you, my knees feel that sound, right? I think over time it gets less and lesser because of training the thing, right? So many times people think, oh, I don't move so much, lesser pain, but actually it's a counter-intuitive thing, right? Counterproductive thing. What we should do is continue to strengthen it, like you say, right? The weakest link is the part. I learned something that we massage the most, right? Tend to be the weakest muscle, because we tend to not strain that muscle and to strengthen it, right? Okay, I think that's very good. Any other advice you have for people who are busy working, before we move on to the next part?
I think a common thing I see for people around our age, right? After we hit a certain age, we have family, we start to realize that, hey, physically we are really in a very bad situation.
Or maybe you also share your own story, like how you maintain your health.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I when I came to Singapore, right, I started picking up judo lesson.
Yeah.
Okay, so that really, it's a very intense sport, and it really keeps me in a very fit kind of. I was very fit back then. So then over time, right, as work gets busy, and then when I started having family, I was having trouble finding time to go back to judo, right? So then I tried many things to keep myself active. I tried, okay, why not? Let's just lift weight in the gym. Okay, it wasn't something I liked initially, but as I do it more often, I started, liking it. All right, but it is still, how do I put it? There's still a barrier for me. Okay, because you have to go to a gym. You have to find time and go there, spend 1 hour, and then some traveling involved. Then after that, I switched. Okay, why not? I just run. Right, I put on a show. I can do it anyway.
Okay.
But it's not something that I like. So to run, it takes energy and effort for me to do it. Like I have to, break that mental barrier, break that momentum just to go into running. Right. Then after that, I started playing basketball again. So if you remember when we were in school, I play a lot of basketball. It's something that I really like. Right? It's something I really like. So when I started picking up basketball, then I realized, hey, you know what? This is actually not it's not something difficult. It's something I like. So, instead of, thinking of reason why not to go to the gym or run, I actually want to play basketball. I'm actually trying to find more time, that joy. I have joy from it. The barrier is a lot lower. In fact, the more I play, the happier I look forward to playing more basketball.
I agree.
Which is what I'm doing now, right? So it makes it very easy for me. And I get to keep fit. I get to do what I like. So so that's what I do now.
I think it's very good that you share your journey. Very good, right? I think one key takeaway is to many people, I think they can learn, right? Even myself, is that don't give up trying, right? Many times people try one thing, then they don't like, then they stop. So it's nice that you share your journey. When you started judo, when you don't have enough time, you don't give up. You try to find another thing, right? Running. I think the part where we got to get feedback, got to understand and have clarity that we need to work out, we need to take care of our health, and there are things that we like and there are things that we don't like. Right? I think a lot of times people stop trying because they continue doing things that they do not like. Right?
Correct.
They don't do anything. There's no one size fit all, because many times when we watch social media and all these things, right, we always say we must do how many times this, how many times that, but the truth is it's not like this, right? It's not sustainable to just do things that other people like, right? The key is finding joy in what you like to do. So I think I learned that also, right? Yeah, and that actually helps a lot of misconception online, right? I think agree to a certain extent.
Initially, when I played basketball, I just wanted to, have some physical activities, right? And I wasn't expecting anything else, right? I wasn't trying to look better because I wasn't lifting weight. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but just playing like twice a week. And after 1 month, right, people started commenting that I lose weight. I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even trying. And then people start commenting, hey, you've been working out. But I wasn't even trying to achieve that. I just play basketball for fun. And, hey, when you find something that you like, and if you do it, of course you have to make sure you have enough volume, right? You can't just play half an hour a week, right? Maybe 1 hour and then 2 sessions or something like that. It makes things really easy. It's really easy.
And it's counterproductive. Like many times people want to have a certain routine, and then they become stressful about it, and stress kind of create body issues,
Correct.
sleep issues,
Correct.
don't sleep enough, and all that, right? So I think let's come to our last question, right? We can't run away from this, which is because we are talking about building wealth also on my channel, right? So in your view, is there any similarities between building wealth and building health, and any thoughts like on your own self, right? Like what values you have and things that you do that you can share? Yeah, important lessons, experiences.
I think we all have similar journeys when we were younger, right? We only look at the numbers, isn't it? Yeah. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me other stuff, right? You need to just show me the money. That's one you don't like. But over time, like if you look at definition of wealth, right? Basically, you have a lot of valuable possessions. That's one. Or you have a lot of desirable things, right? So desirable things commonly is, of course, money, but desirable things also can be, what you desire. You desire more time with your family. If you like hiking, you need to be in good health to enjoy hiking, right? So other than having money, right? Yes, other than money, most of the other things or almost every other things that we as a human desire requires us to be in an acceptable health.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to go hiking, even if you want to go traveling, you need to walk a lot. You don't walk the whole day. You need to go sightseeing, you need to walk. Right? You need to have at least a certain amount of physical fitness to do that. Correct. So eventually then, to make things easy, then wealth becomes finance and health. Okay. If you're healthy and you have, money, I guess then you are wealthy in a way, right? And health is not just physical health. You have mental health, and you have emotional well-being. So all this, is like pain is multifactorial. Yes. So wealth, just like pain, is multifactorial. So at certain age, we only look at one thing. But then as we gain more experience, as we have more, as we progress through the journey of life, and then we start to realize, it's not just that. It's not just that.
Okay. So like in yourself, right? Like, do you plan to just curious question? Do you plan to retire in Singapore or Malaysia? Or else?
I think realistically, probably I will be retiring in Singapore because my kids are here, right? So they are citizens here. So I mean, likely I'll be here because if I retire in Malaysia, then my kids will be in Singapore. It kind of doesn't really work, I think. But who knows, right? You'll never know. Yeah. Never know. That's a very far away future. Yeah. That's a very far away future. Okay. Of course, I guess a very ideal situation would be, you retire in Malaysia, where pays are slower, and 1:3.5. So you work 3 times less hard here to get 3 times more enjoyment. Yeah.
So all in all, do you, like for your family, right? Is there anything that you maybe don't know whether you've thought about it, right? Like, is there any legacies that you thought of passing down because you have kids, right? So maybe values, things like that. Have you thought about these things? Maybe you can share if you have, or can start thinking. Yeah.
So, I mean, when I have my kids, right?
2 daughters.
I talk about 2 things. Sorry, 2 daughters. Yeah. So, mainly it's 2 things, right? How they grew up as a person. What kind of person do I want them to be, right?
Yeah. So
there are certain values that I want them to have. Resiliency, kindness, self-confidence. Self-confidence, I felt is something maybe I was lacking a little bit. So I'm learning that a lot of self-confidence. So that's one part. And then I want them to be able to do work without having to worry about the financial part.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, like 行出状元 in Mandarin, right? Like they can do whatever work they like. If you want to be an artist, be an artist. Yeah, if you want to be a hawker, be a hawker. It can be anything you like without having to worry about the financial part. So what I'm trying to do, exactly. So I try to, try to remove the financial part from the equation, right? So I have been investing since I started work. Okay. Thanks to the influence influence from my father.
Mm.
So I'm more into dividend investing because it just fits my profile. Right? It's slow and steady, continuous, into the future. So my aim is to build a portfolio of stocks that pays out, sustainable dividend. So even when I pass away, it continues to pay dividend, right? And my kids can do it.
On that, right, you need to properly pass down, right, on your estate plan. Just a share that one we can talk again.
Correct. I don't want to be in a position where if I pass away, then you just sell everything, right?
Yeah, you will likely just sell. Most of my clients, right, they will just sell. So these are things where you create legacies. Yeah, I think what you share today is a lot of times people, because you think about it, and I'm glad that you share, right? And I also invited you because I know you're someone who think, right? But many times people don't think about it, right? It's about the values, the things that you want to give beyond what money can buy, right? Like freedom. To you is freedom for your children to chase their dreams without worrying about money and cents, right? So they live a more meaningful life, right? Rather than just do a job to earn money and, their life is going to be a bit miserable, as we know, right? Well, wealth is not just about money, but about multiple things, emotional, spiritual, and mindset. Yeah, I think it's a very good session today. I'm I'm glad I get to hear a bit more of other things that you've yet to share with me last time, right? Especially with your case. And I learned something today also which other people can learn, right? Like we need to continue to take up our bodies and do consistent adjustments and finding joy and taking care of our bodies, right? So these are a few things that you brought up today. And also, last but not least, is that I learned that physiotherapy is, in my mindset, is only fixing pain, right? But today I learned actually it's about coaching people's mindset, right? Helping people to have, just like you said, sustainable and actionable steps, right? Like you can't expect a baby to immediately eat meat, right? So you give the baby milk until baby is big enough, and then you can feed them meat and things like that. I think it's very important to understand and see the importance of physios in this area, right? And I mean that's why we pay you lah. Sometimes people say, why physio more expensive? Because you actually help people to educate their mind, not just like PCM, just fix the pain, and you might just come back again and again. So I think I'm very thankful. So anything else you've not done? Anything else you want to add?
Not at the moment, but if anyone that's watching this video has any issue regarding physical issue, right? Physical issue,
I think it's good. Yeah.
Feel free to contact me.
I'll put your link. Right? You prefer Facebook, Instagram, or what? You let me know.
Instagram is fine. Instagram is fine. Yeah. I'm a problem solver. I'm a problem solver, okay? I solve your problem. I solve anyone's problem.
Problem solver. I will start with that. Anson will help. Nice. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for your time. And that's nice. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.